Hey everyone, hope you're well. Tony here. Welcome back to the Journeyman. Apologies if we've taken a little bit of time. We've tried to spruce up the channel a little bit, give it a bit of a spring clean. Hope you like the new layout. We are back, as I say, on the Journeyman save here with Bursaspor, and in this week's episode, we take on Besiktas. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Journeyman. Hope you're well. I'm Tony, as you know, and of course, if you've been following the channel or the series, you will know that, of course, we are still in Turkey. We are managing Bursaspor. Thank you, first of all, for your continued support. That genuinely means a lot to me. If you're brand new, do yourself a favour, get subscribed. Turn those notifications on, because this is proving into being this is very much a learning experience this season. To be honest, we flew through last season, winning the first division quite comfortably, but the Super League is a different kettle of fish entirely. We started off quite poorly, to be honest, in the league, and form wasn't particularly brilliant. We think we're just about turning a corner over the last few games. We'll have a little look at the fixtures as we go along, but as you can see, we're going to take on Besiktas today, and we're currently sat 14th in the table, which, to be honest, is pretty good, you know. As you can see, we've not really lost that much since our last match against Galatasaray, where we took an absolute pounding 5-0, which was quite embarrassing, to be honest, on the last episode. Since then, we've gone, dusted ourselves down, come up with a new idea and a new tactic, and hopefully things are starting to pay off, and almost seeing a little bit of development in the squad in terms of its evolution as to what I want the team to actually do. Here's Sabali, picks the ball up in his own area, charges through. No one can tackle him, to be honest. No one can get anywhere near him, and he finishes off a fantastic finish to put us a goal up. He then starts going for it again, makes it 2-0 after 7 minutes. He obviously fancied it today. Why not? In fact, he's even involved in the third goal here. A little bit of a ball out. Stanton, lovely ball through to Anis, who finishes. Again, a man who just can't stop scoring. But at 3-0, you're thinking, fine, this is fairly comfortable. We let one goal back in, then one goal becomes 2 goals. Boston probably needs to do a little bit better there, to be fair, from the free kick. So it's 4-2. Anis then finishes it, to make it 4-2, and puts the game beyond doubt. So that's the cup game. Fine, happy enough with that. 2-2 here in the league. We go a goal down, which kind of is a bit of a thing we've been noticing this season. Anis, however, turn of pace, picks the ball up and just leaves everyone for dead and fires in an equaliser. Wonderful goal, to be honest, to pull us back level. Sabali with a great ball in there, and a header from Ali Katen, which obviously puts us in the lead, and we're thinking, brilliant, we've got ourselves 3 points. But unfortunately, look at this, 93 minutes on the clock. You don't stop them, unfortunately. You should, but you don't. So that cost us 3 points, and we ended up with two drop points now, and ended up with a draw. We then followed up with five actually, if you count the fifth league, 5 0-0 draws in a row, which are great. We drew 0-0 with Trabzonspor, we're top of the table, but yeah, 0-0, no goals scored in 5 games, no goals conceded in 5 games. Then Nekmi got himself on the score sheet here with a lovely header, put us 1-0 up, and then Anis cuts the ball back to Tolgahan, who then makes it 2-0. It counts as an own goal, to be honest, and gives us 3 points. And we're thinking, okay, fantastic. Is this something to start building upon? And you know what? Almost. Nekmi puts us ahead in the cup. Of course, we're 0-0 coming into this from the first leg. So obviously our home leg, all we had to do is win the game and try not to concede the away goals. We did, however, concede an away goal. That put a bit of pressure on us, but thankfully, we rose to the occasion, and we managed to get the second goal. Anis in there for Erkan to finish it off with 12 minutes to go. Puts us into the 6th round. So very happy with that. We then continued our good run of form and picked up another victory in the league. Lovely ball here for Anis. Dinks it over the goalkeeper. I mean, this is a guy who is head and shoulders above everybody else in our squad. He is the bar, essentially. Great ball there from Ergachan. And Nekmi again finishing that off. Unfortunately, we conceded a penalty, but 2-1. I'll take that every single day of the week. But yeah, Anis is just having an absolute fantastic time. Sabali's playing brilliantly as well. So there are sort of 2 standout players, I would say. Possibly Cardozo as well, maybe the Brazilian. Anis again with another goal gives us the lead here, and thinking, okay, fine, early doors, 1-0 up, then however we concede very quickly after that to level it, so it's 1-1 within 10 minutes. Tolgahan here, lovely ball out to Nekmi, who sort of cuts as close as he can to the byline, pulls it back. Stanton with a header. You don't really see many goals from Stanton, to be honest, but when he gets them, they tend to be relatively important. And we thought, again, fine, we may have 3 points in the bag, but sadly not. Keenan there losing his marker and volleying in to get the equalising goal at 2-2. We then follow that up with a match against Bursaspor where, again, Anis doing pretty well, rolls the defender for the long ball, and look at that for a finish. That is filthy. Absolutely filthy. A fantastic finish from the Frenchman. And he just keeps adding and adding and adding to his goal-scoring record as the season progresses. 0-0 there. Again, we don't show 0-0s, of course, as you know. But then we managed to get a 2-0 win. And at this point, this is sort of starting to get into the situation where, all right, we're maybe not going to be dragged into a relegation battle at this point, Tolgahan getting himself a goal. Very happy there. And then what else have we got there? Friendly comes in next, which is fine. But then, unfortunately, we then play the same team 3 times, and they absolutely turn us over. Great. I mean, it's a great match to watch, to be honest. We had a fantastic 1-0 at the end there. Not too bad a result, given the sort of the way the game was going back and forth. We then lost 2-1 in the league. So it's, again, hard-fought games, but they had just a bit more than we had. And, that's ultimately where these sorts of games come down to. It's unusual to see 3 games in a row, of course, 2 games in the Cup and, of course, 1 in the league. So literally all just back-to-back, which I guess kind of meant a bit of familiarity, and it really does give you a strange dynamic to work towards when it comes to setting up. But we drew 2-2 in the second leg of the Cup. I mean, that's a great finish, to be honest. We can't really complain with that. Coleman putting them in the lead. And then they dispossess us. Ferrat dispossessing on almost the halfway line. Hall, again, he's just having a great time scoring. Halil, scoring a great time against us in all those games. And we had to start looking to do something. Ergachan into Stanton. Tolgahan finds the back of the net with, no one's expecting him to shoot from there, which kind of takes the goalkeeper by surprise. And, of course, gives us sort of almost a glimmer of hope. And then Isaac Twum with a great strike right at the end. And unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. So sadly, sadly we're at the Cup. But, we are where we are in the league. And we're not doing too bad. As I say, 14th, we're coming against Besiktas. Besiktas are clearly going to be a team who are going to be challenging at the top amongst the Champions League spaces. So they're currently sat in 4th. So what's that there? We are 7 points away from relegation. And you know what? I'm relatively confident, even at this point, that we're not going to get dragged into that relegation battle. Ultimately, our expectation was just to not get relegated. We were meant to battle bravely against relegation, so anything above that is basically overachieving in our expectations. So at the minute we're sitting pretty comfortably. Unfortunately, however, the big news we do have is that Sabali has injured himself. He's out with a torn calf muscle. He's out for about 4 months. That's kind of rocked us a little bit. He has been in, and as we said there, playing really, really well in previous matches. He's kind of carried us through, but we've had, obviously where he comes out, it's an opportunity for somebody else. So here's the starting lineup for the match against Besiktas: Boston, Cardozo, Mohamed Diarra, Ali Katen, Berkan, Atachan, Rafe, Bouland Kok, Erkansur, Nekmi Gok, and Anis, of course, up front. So Nekmi, of course, is in for Sabali. And he's doing pretty well, to be honest. He's not the same player. He's playing a slightly different role to what Sabali would play, but yeah, he's doing it really well. He's scoring goals as well. So I guess ultimately, in a match like this against Besiktas, it's going to be a tight match. It's going to be a tight affair. So we're going to look to obviously hold defensively. We want our defensive shape to be pretty good, and any opportunities that come where we can maybe try a shot and look to get a goal, then we have to look to take it. Tactically, we are playing slightly asymmetric at the minute. We've got a Segundo Volante in there. We've got a half-back. We've got a box-to-box, Carrieo, sorry. No, box-to-box midfielder, actually, not Carrieo. And then a second striker just floating behind Anis. So a lot is expected of Cardozo to get up and down that right wing from fullback. But yeah, it's a formation that's kind of worked for us over those last 10 games. bar those last 3 matches, of course. So yeah, we will look to probably keep some sort of familiarity with that shape. Of course, the instructions will change ever so slightly as the games go, but yeah, it's looking like a shape that I quite like, to be honest. It may be something we can expand upon as we go. As I say, we're talking about the evolution of Bursaspor. We've been here, this will be our 2nd year now, of course, so we need to start thinking about either stamping our authority. Great save by Boston, great save. We either need to look to stamp our authority on the team and give it an identity, or, of course, as we're a journeyman, we may have to start looking at other options. I think our contract runs out next year, so it's not an option we have to start looking about now. And of course, this is only our first opportunity in the Turkish Super League, so it would be nice to see this year out and obviously give next year a go. So, if we do have a new shape in mind, then maybe we'll look to start recruiting for players who would fit that system rather than, adding players to a squad that tore up Division 1, but is probably not. It's not a great squad for Turkish Super League, to be honest. We've spent minimal money. We've brought players in on loan. We're not really spending a lot because, of course, we didn't think that if we were going to stay in the league, we obviously didn't want to be saddled with a huge wage budget and financial issues. So we figured if we buy anybody, bring them in really cheap. Good save again by Boston. Bring them in really cheap, and yeah, if we got some loan players in, obviously Rafe's coming on loan. He's been fantastic. Stanton's coming on loan, and that's kind of been our thinking, to be honest. And as the match progresses, we're not really seeing a great deal of panic, I suppose. Besiktas have had two attempts on goal. Boston's made 2 saves. One was a good save, one was just straight at him. Other than that, 25 minutes in, not really much happening to report, to be honest. So if we can hold out to half time, I'll be very, very happy. This is probably the only time I'll be sat thinking, you know what? I'll be happy. I will happily take a draw on a live com against a team like Besiktas, because obviously the last one we showed, we got hammered 5-0. So probably not the sort of match that we want to be showing. So let's hope for something slightly better. Good header just over the bar. We escaped that one. Just about coming up to half time now. Can we make it over? 0-0. 0-0 at half time. I mean, we've somehow managed to get 6 attempts on goal. I've not seen any of those in the highlights package so far, but 7 for Besiktas. The 2 efforts that we've seen have been that effort that Boston saved first of all, and then of course the effort that was straight at Boston. So XG wise, not a great deal separating us either. They're on 0.8, we're on 0.31. So essentially, we're still in the match. We're still very much in the match. It's not going anywhere. No team's dominating it. So I say we just go back out and keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully we might get an opportunity. And if we do get an opportunity, we need to make sure that we're in the position to take that opportunity. Kraft going down the wing, he tore us a new one the first time we played this season. He had Burkhan's life. So thankfully, touch wood, at the minute. Oh, that's a miss and a half. Oh, Dolchek has got to finish that. And that's a let-off. That is an absolute let-off for us. We should really be behind. We should be behind. Great cross in, and then he's just headed it over the bar. Keepers come out for it, gets nowhere near it. They're changing their formation slightly as well. They're going more 4-4, 4-4-2, or 4-2-4, I suppose, as one way of looking at it. Quintilla straight at Boston, no power on the shot. Yeah, we'll take them all day. We'll absolutely take them all day. Maybe we need to start looking to make a couple of changes. Get Mehmet in. Burkhan is looking very tired. Don't really know what we can do with him. Oh, off the line. And can we break? Go on, Austin. Oh, I thought we were going to break. I thought we got a bit fortunate there, to be honest. Great defending though, however. Tashin's now on for Nekmi. And are we going to replace Ali Katen, I think, with Isaac Twum? No, maybe keep it as we are. Blocked. Let's hit their own man. Offside. think we're possibly riding our luck out here a little bit. Let's just make a slight defensive change before the final whistle goes. We've got 4 minutes. Well, whatever time I had it on. So let's say about 4, maybe 5, 6 minutes max, maybe. No more than that, surely. No more than like 3 minutes worth of time I had it on. Here's Tashin on the break. Do we want him to run it in the corner? Do we want him to cross the ball? Is he getting his head up? He's got his head up. Erga-chan straight at the defender. Oh, and then Rafe with a great effort from distance. He's not hit the target, unfortunately, but I mean, that would have been absolute smash and grab if we'd have got that. 4 minutes of time added on. Here comes Mehmet. Charging forward. In for Cardozo. Out to Tashin. Rafe. Tashin. Rafe again. Bouland. Just holding the ball. Waiting for our moment. In fact, Erga-chan's been intercepted. Now here comes Zia. Lovely ball over the top. It's Erga. He's offside. He's offside. The flag's gone up. And that may well... I was going to say that may well have saved us, but straight at Boston again. And we're into 90 seconds. Time's ticking. Boston just holding, just trying to chew up some clock. Boulant, Rafe, Erga-chan. Out to Tashin. Burkhan's got loads of space. He's got loads of space, but he didn't continue his run. We've given the ball away. God. Oh. You just want Burkhan to follow that through and then run it in the corner. But here's Tashin. Oh, he's taking a foul. He's taking a foul. Now we've got an option in it. Do we put the ball in or do we just hold on to it? Here's Tashin. Rafe. It's over. 0-0. I'll take that, you know. 0-0 against Besiktas at home. That's not a bad result. We survived a couple of good chances. That moment where they crossed the ball in and the clean header, which they should have scored, to be honest. That's probably been the moment that's defined the game. But you know what? For us, that's fine. Give us another point. Moves us slightly further away from the drop zone. That's now 8 points away. So happy enough with that. Very, very happy indeed. Of course, if you've enjoyed it, do drop a like on the video. We're back with another episode probably towards the end of the season now, I'd imagine. We also are I'm starting streaming on Twitch. So if you want to go and have a look at my Peterborough save, go and do that. There's a link in the description below. Do leave comments, of course, as well. And of course, do follow the channel and get subscribed if you're not already doing so. But all that remains to be said is thank you so much for watching. I hope we'll see you soon for another episode of The Journeyman.